Leanne Battersby's Jane Danson. Life has spiraled into chaos following the devastating betrayal by her sister, Toyah, Georgia Taylor, and longtime partner, Nick Tilsley, Ben Price. The shocking affair between Nick and Toyah shattered Leanne's world, leaving her heartbroken, humiliated, and teetering on the edge of self-destruction. Despite their best efforts to keep the affair under wraps, Toyah and Nick could not deny their growing feelings for each other. Initially, they agreed to end their relationship, fearing that pursuing their love would only deepen Leanne's pain, especially given that she had already been manipulated into a dangerous cult. However, as time passed, the undeniable connection between them pulled them back together. Eventually, they made the difficult decision to go public with their romance, fully aware of the devastation it would cause. For Leanne, the betrayal was unbearable. The man she had planned to spend the rest of her life with had not only left her, but had chosen her own sister. Consumed by fury, Leanne sought revenge. In a desperate bid to get back at Nick and Toyah, she attempted to frame them for fraud. However, her plan spectacularly backfired, leaving her in an even darker place. Now, Leanne's behavior is becoming increasingly erratic, raising alarming questions. Could she be capable of something far worse than fraud? Could she have attempted to kill her own sister in a final, shocking act of vengeance? This week on Coronation Street, events take a horrifying turn when someone deliberately sets fire to number 8 by posting a lit rag through the letterbox. Chaos erupts as the flames spread quickly, and the horrified residents of Weatherfield realize the house is ablaze. Inside, Toyah is trapped, completely unaware of the danger. Fortunately, she is pulled to safety just in time, escaping what could have been a fatal inferno. As the community rushes to help, Nick is immediately by Toyah's side, offering comfort and support in her moment of distress. However, just as Toyah begins to recover from the terrifying ordeal, Leanne arrives at the scene. Her disheveled appearance and slurred speech immediately raise suspicions. When Nick approaches her, he quickly realizes that she is drunk. The sight of his ex-partner in such a state fills him with anger and disgust, prompting him to send her away without hesitation. Determined to learn more about Toyah's condition, Leanne later makes her way to the hospital waiting room, where she finds Nick keeping vigil over his new partner. Instead of welcoming Leanne's concern, Nick confronts her with a chilling accusation. He believes she is responsible for the fire. Leanne is stunned, vehemently denying any involvement. The thought that she could have done something so horrific to her own sister seems unthinkable. But just as she tries to defend herself, a horrifying discovery leaves her shaken to the core. As she reaches into her coat pocket, searching for her purse, she pulls out an item that makes her blood run cold, a box of matches. Realizing the implication of what she has just found, Leanne is thrown into turmoil. How did the matches get into her pocket? Could she have been involved in the fire and simply not remember as the week unfolds? Leanne turns to Steve MacDonald, Simon Gregson, confiding in him about her troubling memory loss. She admits that she has only fragments of recollection from that fateful night. She remembers seeing Toyah enter number 8, but after that, everything is a blur. The next thing she knew, she woke up in Victoria Garden, disoriented, confused, and with a box of matches in her pocket. The implications are terrifying. Could Leanne have been so consumed by anger, pain, and alcohol that she committed an unthinkable act against her own sister? Or is there another explanation? While all signs seem to point to Leanne as the prime suspect, Coronation Street has never been short of twists and shocking revelations. If Leanne truly doesn't remember setting the fire, then who else could have done it? Could someone be deliberately trying to frame her? Given her recent erratic behavior, it wouldn't take much for the authorities, or even her own family, to believe she was guilty. Several other suspects could have had motives to harm Toyah. Could it have been a cruel act of revenge from someone else in Weatherfield with a grudge against her? Or was it an entirely separate crime, with Leanne caught in the middle? With the police undoubtedly investigating the fire, Leanne's future hangs in the balance. If the evidence continues to mount against her, she could be facing criminal charges, and if found guilty, a lengthy prison sentence. But beyond the legal ramifications, the biggest question remains: what will happen to Leanne and Toyah's relationship? Can they ever rebuild their bond after everything that has happened? Or has the betrayal and its devastating consequences permanently severed their sisterly ties?